Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you my highlighter collection. I wanted to do a series on my channel about my whole makeup collection because I have a bunch. I don't have as much as a lot of people here on YouTube do, but I do have a bunch. So I just want to show you guys, and I wanted to start off with my highlight collection because that is my favorite thing of all. So let's just get right into it. So the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is going to be my palettes that have either all highlights or have like bronzers, blushes, and highlights and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do first. So the one I'm going to start off with is the Makeup Geek Kathleen Lights highlight palette. I actually used this in a video the other day, and I am going to do swatches for you. Here is Sunlight, and that is Starlight. Kind of hard to see. And this one is Nightlight. The darker shade, which is this one, isn't even that dark, so I could probably wear all of those depending on the kind of season it is. And the next one that I want to show you guys is my Sleek Face Form Contouring and Blush Palette. I have this in two shades. So these are the highlight ones. So I have it in light and medium. So the one I just showed you was light, and then this one is medium. This is the one that I probably use more often. That one is from the light palette, and that one is from the medium palette. So the light palette probably, yeah, it's more champagne-y, and then the medium palette is more gold. So I'll use the light when it's like fall and I'm kind of like pale ghostly white, and then I've been using the medium one in summer. So the next thing I have to show you is the Tarteist, the Tarteist Pro Glow palette from Tarte. So if you haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. So I'll swatch all of the highlights for you. So that one is Strobe, that is Lit. This one is Fire, and this one is my favorite. It's called Stunner, because that one is just super blinding. Those ones are kind of more subtle. You almost can't even see them too much, but Stunner is just so pretty. It's like, it kind of looks dark. So the next one I have to show you is the Sweet Peach Glow palette from Too Faced. It looks like this on the inside, and this one only has one shade for highlight. It looks like that. It's super duper pretty. And so this one is more like a peachy highlight than more of a champagne, which is okay with me as long as I'm not too super duper fair. Like in the wintertime, I probably won't use that, but it is a really, really pretty highlight. The next thing I have to show you is my Becca highlighting palette. This is the Sunchaser palette, and they have opal in here. It looks like that. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. I actually have a mini of opal, but it's by far my favorite one that Becca makes. And then, sorry, I'm going kind of fast, guys. This video is going to be like a million years long because I have a crap ton of highlighters, so I'm just trying to show you guys really quick. So this is my Sonia Kashuk Pretty Cheeky palette. You guys have seen this before. I love using this palette, and I hate to show you because it's limited edition, but it is in my collection, so I just wanted to show you everything. So this is the highlight shade, and it's actually what's on my face right now, and it's like a really light golden highlight, and it's definitely blinding, but it barely has any color to it, so it's not like, if you're really fair, it's not going to look like a streak of color on your face when you like look forward. So yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. So now we are going to go into singular highlights, and there's a lot, so get ready. Alright, so we're gonna start with my Jouer highlighter in Citrine. This is a powder highlighter. So if you haven't seen this, they are super crazy blinding highlights, and actually it just chipped off right there when I opened it. They're so like fragile. It's just insane. So they're not very travel friendly, but look at that. I mean, it's so blinding. This is my Physicians Formula shimmer strips in Natural Nude. And they actually say that this is a eyeshadow palette, which I could see because there's darker bronzy shimmers and then lighter and pinks up here. So I'll just do a full swirl in there because that's how I normally use it. And this is by far probably tied with like the Wet n Wild new highlighters that have been coming around. This is absolutely amazing, and I think it's like $14 or something, but it stays on all day and it's just so pretty and it's so blinding, and it's just nice that you can get something of that quality without going and spending like a crap ton of money. Next one I have is the Too Faced Candlelight Glow, and this one I actually haven't even reached for. This was my very first high-end highlighter and I got all excited. It has a white side and a pink side, and I'm just swirling them all together for the swatch. But it's just so pretty, and this was like pretty much before I even knew anything about makeup. And because it has two sides, you can kind of pick one or the other or swirl them all together and get kind of a icy pink highlight. It's really, really pretty. This is something I got in my BoxyCharm in July. This is the BareMinerals Translucent Powder Duo. So this has, that's the matte side. That doesn't really show up, you just kind of use it to set your under eyes. And then this is the highlighter side, which is actually really pretty. I don't really use the matte side because I just don't notice that it does anything. But that is so pretty. It's, if you couldn't tell, the highlight shade is white swirled with kind of barely like a peachy tone to it, and it looks really, really blinding right there, but it actually is pretty natural. And when you blend it out on the skin, it just looks like you have a really pretty, radiant, glowy look to you. It's so pretty. The next guy that I have is the Jordana Glow and Go Creamy Strobing Stick, and I have mine in 01 Pearl Glow. And this is a cream highlight, but it actually layers on powders really nicely, so you don't have to put it underneath all your powders and everything. You can just do it kind of as an afterthought like you would do just a regular powder highlight. And as you can see, it's a pretty icy highlight, so I don't really wear it too much in the summer, but every time I wear it I get really nice compliments on my highlights. So yeah, it's definitely up there in my favorites. The next one is decently new. It is the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter, and this one is, I think, the only one they have. It's in 100 Molten Gold. It looks like that. Sorry, my lights are kind of washing it out, but it is definitely gold. It's something that I only use in the summer, because if I were to use it when it's winter, I would seriously get a gold stripe on my face. I mean, if you can tell, it's like really, really gold. And I think it's like $10. So to get a full pan of something that's that blinding, and it does stay on your skin, that's a really great deal. So something else from the drugstore, this is from Pixi Beauty. This is the Aspyn Ovard collab. This is the glowy powder in London Lustre. I have the other one in Santorini Sunset, and this one is more of an icy white, and the Santorini Sunset is more of like a peachy champagne. So that is London Lustre, and that is Santorini Sunset. So once you blend them out, they actually look pretty dang similar, but you can definitely tell, like on a finger swatch, that the Santorini Sunset is more gold, but on your face you really can't tell. You could probably put them both, like one on this side, one on this side, and you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. But they're really pretty. As you can see, they're pretty blinding. Next we have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Dim Light. So this is one of those that would be almost more of a finishing powder because it is a little bit more matte, but I'll actually use it as both. If I'm using this at all, I will use it as a highlight and just kind of build it up, or just leave it kind of as a glowy radiant finish, and then I will dust this all over my face, and it'll just almost make you have like an airbrushed look and have like perfect light following you around all day. It's that kind of highlight, and it's probably one of my most expensive, but one of my absolute favorites, just because it has multiple uses and it's just so pretty. So this is my next one. Sorry, you can't see. It is the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator. I have two of them. This one is in Peach Glow, and this one is in Gilded Honey. So the Peach Glow is actually more pink than anything. It's not really very peachy, but it's kind of, they're kind of hard to describe. They are extremely blinding. So that one is Peach Glow, and then this one is Gilded Honey. They're incredibly blinding, and they're so pretty, and they last all day on the skin, but you kind of almost have to apply them with your fingers, which is what makes them not really a favorite of mine, because they're kind of difficult to use. Like if you wanted to pack it on with a brush, it would take a lot of applications. So I would either, if you have this and you kind of aren't sure what to do, or you don't know if you want to buy it, it's really, really pretty and worth it, but make sure you use your fingers or like a dry or damp beauty blender and do that. Kind of treat it as like a cream highlight. It's really, really strange, but they are so pretty. Here's the swatches again. So this is Peach Glow and this is Gilded Honey. They are so pretty. And actually this is my mini Becca highlight. I have it in Moonstone. I thought I had it in Opal, and it's so tiny and it's so cute. So this one is more of, a champagne than Opal. Opal is more kind of on the icier side, more white, whereas this one is more champagne. That's it blended out. It is so pretty. And honestly, if I wanted to have just like a crazy dewy look, well, not crazy, but just like an overall glow to the face, I would lightly tap my brush into a Becca highlighter and just swirl it all over your face, and it would be absolutely gorgeous. It'd be amazing. Okay, so my next one is another one from Laura Geller. This is the Baked Highlighter Duo French Vanilla and Portofino. I think this one is French Vanilla, and then the really crazy highlight one is Portofino. So on top is French Vanilla, so that is more matte, and then the really shimmery one is Portofino, and then this is them together. You get kind of a nice yellow champagne color if you swirl them together, and this will give you a serious blinding highlight. I mean, it's absolutely insane. I kind of wish they just sold Portofino, because, and speaking of blinding, this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder, and this is in Precious Petals. And everybody has been going apeshit over these highlights. They actually just came out with 4 new ones, and I haven't yet gotten my hands on them. And this one is actually a little bit too peach toned. There's a lot of color in these, and my lights are washing things out, but it's like a pinky peach. So if I were to put this on when I was really fair, it wouldn't go so well. Like if I look straight on, you could see the stripe of pinky peach, but in the summer, if you have a bit of a tan, This is so pretty. My Wet n Wild and my Physicians Formula shimmer strips are my absolute favorites from the drugstore, highlight wise. They're incredible. This is the vintage highlighter from Jessica Lieb's. I don't know how to say that. And it's the Illuminating Face Highlighter. I got this in a BoxyCharm maybe almost a year ago, I want to say. But this is, has a lot of color. It is definitely a summer highlight or a medium to dark skin highlight. But in the summer when I have a tan, this is one of my favorite highlights to use. It's so pretty. And it's like super duper blinding. I don't even know like if they have their own website. I've never even heard of Vintage Cosmetics other than in my BoxyCharm. So that is the only one I have, and I don't know where you can buy it, so I don't use it very often. And I don't know how accessible it is. That's why you don't see me use it on my channel, but it is so pretty, and I just kind of want to slather it everywhere. So this is my next one. This is an oldie but a goodie. It is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. This is the first MAC product that I ever owned, and I like treasure it because it has serious sentimental meaning. And it's not so soft. It's kind of in between a radiant glow and a blinding highlight, but I pack it on and get a crazy blinding highlight out of it, and it's just freaking amazing. It is actually, I don't know if you can tell or if you have this at home, but it's kind of, it has like icy and then pink and a little bit of peach and gold in it. It's just, it's incredible. It's honestly incredible, and I don't know why it took me so long to get it. It's amazing. Okay. So here is another Tarte palette. I actually forgot this when I was doing my palettes. It was at the bottom of my drawer. That is what it looks like. There's 4 different highlights. This is the Skin Twinkle Volume 2. So that's Daylight. Holy shit. It's amazeballs. That is Skylight, a more white ice kind of. This is Spotlight, a more peachy golden highlight that's not as blinding as the top two. And then Candlelight is for, I would say, darker skin tones, because I don't think I could ever pull that off on my face unless I had like a really crazy tan going on. But Tarte highlights are some of the best highlights ever. I absolutely love them. I mean, I just love highlights. I couldn't help myself. So speaking of Tarte, this is a mini sample that I got. This is the Tarteist Pro Glow Liquid Highlighter in Stunner, and I haven't used this yet, so I can't tell you how it wears on the face, but it's blinding. Surprise, surprise. It's freaking gorgeous. So this is almost maybe like a rose gold, I want to say. It's really different. I don't think I have a highlighter that looks like that. So I'm afraid to use it up, because then I'll just want to buy it, like the full size, and then I'll get in trouble with my husband, and it just won't be a good thing to do. So that one's going to stay in the back and be admired far away. My next one is one you guys have seen me talk about. I actually talked about this in my makeup tutorial for oily skin, so I'll link that below. This is the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in Highlight 01. So this is what it looks like. It is a white pinky peach. I barely put a dent in it. This is kind of like the Hourglass Ambient Lightings powder. It is, like I said, kind of a champagne pinky peach. And so it says it's matte, and obviously it's not. If it were matte, I wouldn't be using it as a highlighter. But the reason that they call it matte is because it doesn't accentuate your pores or anything. It doesn't like lay into skin texture or accentuate anything on your face. It just kind of lays on top in just like the prettiest way. Less than 10 left. Okay, so this is a highlighter that is super affordable. This is from ColourPop, and this is their Super Shock Cheek Pearlized. It's in Wisp, and this is one, oh my god, it's so pretty. This is one that is more of a cream to powder highlight. So you're going to want to use this either with your finger or with a dampened sponge. But once it's on your skin, it's not going anywhere. That's the really nice thing about like cream to powders and ColourPop kind of things. They do the same thing with their eyeshadows, and they just, once they're on your skin and kind of settle down, they just don't go anywhere, and it stays on your face all day long. It's so pretty, and I actually want to just like buy their whole line of highlighters because they're that amazing. This is the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in Moonlight Pearls. I have 2 of these. Moonlight Pearls and Blush Gems. So Blush Gems is obviously more pink, and Moonlight Pearls is a more champagne gold. So I'll swatch them both. And I actually used to have these a long time ago when they first came out with them, and somehow I got rid of them. I don't know why, and I just rebought them a few months ago, maybe over a year ago, and I forgot that you had to like scratch the surface off. That's Moonlight Pearls, and that one is Blush Gems. So this is from IT Cosmetics. It's the Hello Light Anti-Aging Radiance Powder Luminizer in Glowy. And I have barely touched this just because I have so many, not because anything is wrong with it. It's really, really, really pretty. And again, like most of my highlighters, it is blinding, but it will, unlike a lot of my blending highlighters, it will kind of blend out to almost just a radiant, nice, just healthy glow on your face. It's so pretty. Okay, this is my last powder highlight. This is the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. I have talked about this many times. This is super inexpensive, and it's the same kind of deal as the Laura Mercier and the Hourglass. It's a very natural highlight. It's something that you can dust all over your face, use multiple places. You can build it up on your cheekbone to get that really crazy, super blinding highlight with highlighters. So my first one is the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. I have mine in Moonlight, and this one is a really pretty pinky champagne. And these you can mix in. You can use as just a regular highlighter. They actually really, they work really well over top of powders, which is really rare for liquid things. Yeah, it's just, I mean, you're gonna pay a pretty penny. You get half of a fluid ounce, which is half of a foundation, and you'll never go through it. I think it's like $42, so it is a lot of money, but you're literally never going to run out. It will expire 10 years from now before you use it up. All right, this is our last one. This is the Josie Maran Argan Enlightenment Illuminizer, and this is the only shade that she carries. So this one is more thick than the Custom Enhancer Drops, and to me, I think this is more blinding. And I have not actually tested this over top of liquid foundation, and powder and all that kind of good stuff, like I would the Cover FX drops. But that blended into foundation or under foundation gives you the prettiest glow you could ever dream of. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it just keeps you radiant all day long, and it's just so pretty. That's it. I have a million highlighters and I showed you guys all of them. Yay! So that's all my highlighters, and if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought down in the comments, and do not forget to subscribe before you leave. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.